Frackin', what is wrong with my toilet? I don't want this to become an OnlyFans account. Okay, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's not making the sound. It's not making the sound. So far, so good. I really want to record a video. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Again. What am I doing? Okay, guys. You could probably hear the stupid toilet. I don't know what's wrong with it, but it's driving me crazy. I was hoping to do something in the bathroom to show you something, but I can't. It's very annoying. But anyway, what I wanted to show you, I'm going to try to do it here at my vanity area, how I do hair removal. Because I think that's kind of important for some of us older. Now, see, listen. If you don't like some of the ways that I say things, I call myself an old hag. So if I call you kind of like, if I'm saying us all old hags, I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean that in a way of camaraderie, a way of poking fun. I have kind of a dark sense of humor. I kind of like to poke fun at stuff because, you know, I mean, life is hard, and I like to try to find humor in any way possible. And I come from, I've got my Croatian, half Croatian background with my dad, grew up in World War II, and, you know, you find humor in the most morbid of circumstances. Same thing with growing up in a very difficult environment, probably as a result, with my sister, and we joke about abuse, because sometimes that's the only way you can deal with it. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. So, being an old hag, one of the things that we deal with when you go through menopause is perhaps a lessening of the estrogen and maybe a little bit more of the testosterone, which isn't a bad thing. I think that's what it is. Or at least it's less estrogen, so maybe some of the testosterone breaks in there, which is probably a good idea, given that you're older, then you kind of like care less about stuff that you used to care about when you had too much estrogen. Anyway, where's this going? So these are some of the wax removal thingies that I use. And, okay, this is uncomfortable. My arm is killing me. Okay, is this working or not? Oh, come on. Is anything working around here? You know how, like, you're trying to make a video and, like, everything that could possibly goes wrong? I'm having one of those moments. You know, I just want to record some content for all my beautiful tired ladies, all my old hags, which I say with great love and respect. So I don't know if this video is going to come out. I really hope it does. I'm a little crooked. Sorry about that. But we're going to try. We'll see how it goes. Who knows? You know how it is. I wanted to show you guys what I do for hair removal. And usually I would love to show you in the bathroom. I don't know if you could still hear the running toilet. It's making me crazy. But I was spending like at like 15 minutes trying to like figure it out so I could try to record in the bathroom, and no such luck, because that's what happens sometimes. That's what you just gotta do. You just gotta go roll with the punches. Anyway, so we're gonna do it here at my vanity. So the first thing I start out with is I usually use esorphyl alcohol. I know that it's very harsh on the skin. It's very drying. However, I only use it just because I really want this area, the area that I'm working, which I usually just work on the chin area. I want it to be really dry, because the drier it is without moisture, well, moisture or oils, you want to get rid of all the face oils. I just find that that works the best. Okay. I don't know why it's not doing the bing thing, so it can tell me that it's recording right now. We're just gonna have to see, because I really do want to record. And you know, there might be some of you guys that, as you've reached a certain age, maybe you have decided that you want to get into makeup, right? Maybe that's like, it's funny, like, you know, going through menopause, going through change, sometimes it can inspire you to do things that normally you wouldn't do, right? So I kind of wanted to show you guys kind of like what I do. My sister was telling me that she'd like to see me be able to actually like apply the makeup and show you exactly how I apply it. And it's funny because I always thought, well, you know, my channel, I don't realize it, but you know what, kind of, I think part of my channel is educational for some of us older ladies who maybe makeup wasn't your thing when you were younger, but now it is. So I'm going to try to be more informative and helpful and kind of guide you through it, and also do makeup in a way that's realistic, because you know, maybe you don't like a whole bunch of color and stuff. And if you've seen some of my videos, you know that like sometimes I like color. Well, I like color a lot, but I'm not afraid of a little bit of earth tones and doing a 5-minute face, as I've shown you guys. So maybe that's what I'll do, is I'll do like, at some point I'll do like a 5-minute face, but I'll show you like the whole thing and show it in parts, so that you can really get a good idea of how to do it. It's Sally Hansen. This is a Sally Hansen. It's the clear remover. Sometimes they come in white paper strips, and what you want to do is you want to rub it between your hands so that it heats up the kind of wax that's in there. Now obviously it's not like a hardcore like wax like waxing your bikini area. So that's what you want to get. You want it to feel like exactly that, like hot and almost like viscous, right? Not necessarily liquidy, gel-like, I suppose. If it kind of like breaks up, but it's not really gel-like, that's not what you want. You want it to be just as I did it. So I usually just work on my chin area. So you want to press it down. I just make sure to really press down on it. All right, really good. And then you want to pull your skin taut and then let it rip. So you want to go back again. Just really get it in there, good as you can. And then pull it taut, let it rip. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so I let this one go, and then I use the second one for the other side. And then pull your skin as taut as you can. I kind of feel around. Now you're still going to get some, you're just going to get that. That's just part of the drill. So now what I do is I don't overdo it, and I actually don't do that for my cheekbones or around my brows. I'll show you what I do with that. So before I actually do the soothing part, anything that's left, I'll use a tweezer. I've had these forever, and whatever is left I use a razor, so that gets a nice clean. So some of it you're going to get rid of some of the baby hairs, but you always, like I said, you're not always going to be able to get rid of all of it. So I'll be right back. Okay, so it's freshly plucked. As you can see, it's quite red. It's really important for you to, this area where you've done the waxing, you really want to do to calm the inflammation down as much as possible. The reason why is because what's going to happen is your body's going to be like, oh my gosh, it's like a sunburn, and your body is going to go into overdrive, and it's going to create more skin. And what's going to happen is you're going to get scaling, you're going to get extra skin, dry skin, and that's no fun, especially if you're wanting to put on a fresh face of makeup and you've got this dryness to deal with. So this is what I do. I start with kind of like face oil. I'm just using this from the dollar store, this pink salt, sea salt and rose water, which don't worry about the sea salt. Anyway, start with a layer. You always want to kind of layer from lightest to the heaviest. So I do use like a Carmex, again from the dollar store. And I'm pretty generous with putting it on because it has a lot of soothing stuff in it. I actually do this after I take a shower. If I've shaved in the shower, or if I've exfoliated, I'll do like a facial oil and this just to kind of calm my skin down, because it does get quite, I have rosacea. So the other thing, lately what I've been doing is I've been doing a little bit of noxema. Did you know that it's supposed to be no eczema? It was for eczema sufferers. So what I do is a combination of cold cream, girl, boy, men, women, however way you identify. The cold cream is the best. Cold cream is so good. Can't sing the praises of cold cream enough. It's so soothing and good. So I love the Garnier Skin Active Botanical Balm Soothing Moisturizer. It's a cold cream, but it says 3-in-1 day-night mask and 96 natural origin ingredients. I love this stuff. I need to get some more. I'm running out. So put a generous amount on. Now you're actually going to feel it like right here. I could feel like the irritation. It's a little rough there, which means that there's a lot of skin, like the wax pulled a lot of skin. So you're going to feel a little irritation. You're going to feel it. I would recommend, first when you do this, just be really careful. If you've never done this before, take your time. I would not go the whole chin. Maybe I would just take one area, see how that goes. After you've done the waxing, do like a facial oil or some kind of, not necessarily Vaseline. You need something that kind of has some kind of medication in it. So like Carmex or a little bit of Noxzema, not too much. I would say maybe mix a little bit of Noxzema, say Vaseline. If you have that, that would be like a good combination. So put there, and then I put some Vaseline. And so what I do is I'm going to let this set for a while. And sometimes what I'll do is I will feel, I don't know if this explains it, but I guess the best way to put it is like a sunburn. You know when you get, like you'll put the Noxzema on or you put something on, aloe vera, and initially it's soothing, but maybe there's one area that starts to feel kind of like a burning sensation. That's kind of like what can happen here. And so be very generous with it. Go ahead and put more on in that area, because again, what you're trying to prevent is your skin freaking out to the point where it's going to create more skin, and then you're going to get that scaliness that can happen sometimes after you've done waxing.